Hey guys, so as I said, I asked for some of your input in order to get ideas for the next topics of my videos, and also because I wanted to get you guys more involved and for you to be the ones choosing what the next topics will be. So I had 3 wonderful suggestions, namely one about how to stay positive during the process of getting a diagnosis. The second one, how to talk to someone with MS. Like as a good friend, how to be a good friend to someone who has MS. Also a very tricky subject. And the third one is how beneficial physical activity is for MS, and particularly yoga, how beneficial that is, and what I do to stay physically active, fit, or whatever. So I'm going to take it from the top down, meaning I'm going to start with that one, with staying fit, because these are times where it's very important to find ways to stay fit, and there are endless ways of doing that. You can do that just by sitting on a chair and staring at the computer, and you could secretly be doing exercises in the form of butt clenches. But anyway, so yeah, how is physical exercise good for MS? Well, let's take it the other way around. How is it not good for MS? So to be honest, to be completely honest, because I don't want anyone to get scared, exercising is difficult and no one finds it easy. Like, exercising per definition should not be easy. Some people may find pleasure, some people may find joy, satisfaction, but it's never easy. And the added factor of having multiple sclerosis makes it that much harder. And see, this is where it's sort of contradictory, to me at least, in that when I exercise, the day after, the soreness I feel in my muscles, the difficulties I experience in walking or in moving, make me feel like they're actually making my multiple sclerosis worse. I mean, the exercising is making my multiple sclerosis worse. And the same with yoga. After stretching countless parts of my body, everything hurts, and I find it difficult to even get out of bed, or even like give someone a hug. Everything becomes difficult. So you get to a point that you're asking yourself, like, is it actually good for me? Is it really worth all the pain that it's putting me through? And that question is perfectly fair and natural to have. And I myself have reached a point several times of thinking, like, it would be so good if I could just stay in bed, do nothing, instead of having to endure these muscle pains. Well, my friends, this is where I have to give you the tough, raw truth, unsweetened truth, is that if you were to stop exercising, so fair enough, you would not have those sore muscles, but you would find yourself experiencing much weaker limbs, having much more difficulty walking. Your balance will be a lot worse. Your spasms would also be worse. Well, I know that because the times that I have spent not exercising, and I'm a pretty frequent exerciser. I don't have the body to show for it, but I am. And I really do set aside a lot of energy, a lot of dedication to maintaining a regular routine and sticking to my plans. I can assure you that if for one reason or another I was unable to stick to my routine. My body went decrepit. Literally, that is the best description. I felt like my body started falling to pieces. My limbs didn't seem to be coordinated anymore. My legs would be weak. My brain would not function with the same clarity that luckily it manages to do, most of the time at least. So, long story short, how is exercise beneficial? In every possible way that you can imagine. We all know how much we need to respect our bodies and how much our bodies are our allies ultimately, and allies and foes, but we don't want to look at it as our foes. Our body is there because it's asking for our attention. It's asking to be taken care of. And what best way to take care of it than to exercise it, than to stretch it, than to give it all that suppleness and all that movement and strengthening. And that in turn brings out gratitude in our bodies. And gratitude in our bodies, well, with this condition, our body being grateful, is our body giving us a break from suffering too much from this condition. And yoga, well, let's go back to the first thing that I mentioned. Yoga is without a doubt the best thing you can do for your multiple sclerosis. I'm a yoga teacher. I'm a certified yoga teacher. I teach 3 times a week. I practice myself 3 to 4 times a week. I can tell you, like, I became a yoga teacher after I got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and I did that as not as an ambition to become like a fantastic yoga teacher, but more as a challenging to take myself one step further and become the owner of my body. Now, yoga is so generous that yoga, firstly, if you're thinking you're not flexible enough for yoga, so that's why you don't practice yoga, well, let me tell you this one thing. Yoga is so generous because it adapts to all levels, to all body types. There's adjustments, there's variations for any possible form, shape of body out there. So no matter how you are, no matter who you are, you will be able to do yoga. And how is that relevant for someone with multiple sclerosis? It's relevant because you have multiple sclerosis and because you may think that, I don't know, maybe you wouldn't be that good at playing basketball. Maybe you wouldn't be that good at playing football, soccer. However, you can be just as good according to your own standards. You are your own judge. Remember that when you practice yoga, you are your own judge. There's nobody else around who will judge how you practice yoga. So you will always be good enough for yoga. You will always find variations that will suit your body. And if you find yourself shaking a lot in one pose, then take a step back, take a step away from that pose. Make it a little bit more gentle for you. And little by little, you will find that you can go deeper and deeper and deeper. And your body becomes less and less stiff with time. And slowly you will find yourself regaining control over your muscles and even over those crazy thoughts that may be going around, those anxious thoughts of uncertainty that are caused inevitably by the diagnosis of multiple sclerosis. So believe me when I tell you that yoga is a wonderful ally to have throughout your journey with multiple sclerosis. Yoga will always be by your side. Yoga will always be a friend who will listen to your problems. And after all, let's look at it this way. Yoga is nothing more but an extension of the self. Yoga, being your best friend, in turn becomes yourself becoming your best friend. Does that make sense? I hope it does, guys. So this was my 2 cents on exercising with multiple sclerosis. I hope you guys find the time, find the room to practice some sort of exercise. And let me tell you that yoga is absolutely the best form of exercise that you can practice whenever, wherever, and in your living room. You will probably be practicing whatever in your living room during these times. So please go ahead and do that. And let me know. Share your comments and experiences with yoga and multiple sclerosis, how that has helped you, what challenges you have encountered, and I'm interested in listening. I hope you're all well, guys, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.